First of all, we want to start this lesson off by giving all praises, glory, and honor to
Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushua, Bahashem, Makakadash.
double honors to the elders and the apostles of GMS, the great millstone who rule well, and peace, love, and salutations to the hopeful elect, the Bayafta Wadar that's being risen up. All right, real men, all right, that's being risen up. The cream of the crop of you so-called blacks, Native Americans, and Hispanics, okay, that's going to come back to the laws, statutes, and commandments of the scriptures, um, to the best of your ability. We're in this wicked flesh, we're in this wicked satanic demonic world, and we not saying that I'm part of the elect or we're part of the elect, the hopeful elect, but the men that are part of the elect, they're going to try to put off the filth and wicked abominations of this world. So this lesson is going to go, as you see on your screen here. You see Gabrielle Union, which is a Hollywood actress, and her husband, Dwayne Wade, and their two children, okay? And Dwayne Wade's son, this kid is a freak, man. Crop tops, nails being painted, and it's no secret the cat is all the way out the bag that, not just the casting couch, but Hollywood and the producers and the actresses and the directors. These guys are knee deep into pedophilia. All right, they're knee deep into pedophilia, and for you to bring offer children to them as gifts, and that's how you get your shekels, man. That is the definition of selling out. All right, selling out is more than just taking part of rituals and pentagrams and burning candles. Is taking what's morally, what you believe to be morally right, and basically casting away your integrity, your morals for some cash. All right, and clearly now this right here is nothing new. There's plenty of videos on YouTube in which you could go into, and they'll tell you exactly not just what's going on in Hollywood, but the White House, Pizzagate, these senators, these lawmakers, these resort strips to Haiti and the Philistines and human trafficking. But what does piss me off is the attitude of Jake, primarily the so-called black woman, Native American and Hispanic woman. On it doesn't surprise me, but it angers me. The hypocrisy of how much supportive they are to this LGBTQ community, how they're all for it, they're defenders of it. They're defenders of anybody who speaks out against it on social media and in the comment sections and in your life. And at the same time, they're quick to ask the question, where are the real men? All right, in the so-called Black, Native American, and Hispanic communities. It's hard to find a man or a decent man or alpha man, but again, at the same time in their mouth, they promote this agenda. They want to raise. These are the people these are the boys or the men that they want to raise, these soft, effeminate, homosexual little boys to grow up to be little beta males and to be sodomites. And then they wonder, where the real men? You niggas ain't shit, and they push this agenda, which just proves that these women are in league with Esau Edom, and just satanic and demonic is all hell. See, the Heavenly Father, He painted us. Jeremiah Baba Kasha.
God, I got you.
Kadash, that word Kadash means separate. He made us separate from all the other nations. See, the other nations, they engaged in these lewd acts, but we were planted a noble vine. We were supposed to be something different from what these other guys was doing. That's why we was given a law into incest and who we could sleep with and what we can't sleep with. Going into animals and bestiality, that's what made us separate. But now we're starting to, those flowers are starting to grow with those weeds, and we're becoming worse than these other nations.
Con. This is Jeremiah 2:21. Yet I had planted thee a noble vine, wholly a right seed. How then art thou turned into the degenerate plant of a strange vine unto me?
Yeah. So now when you look at, you consider the nation of Israel, um, you're looking at a bunch of degenerates, man. All right, you're looking at a bunch of degenerates. And then let me see. Let's look up this word. Let's look up this word, degenerate. Slocky, can you do that for me, Baba Kashad? Look at, and it goes into something that's just failing. You know, people that are getting worse and worse. You know, the definition is gonna go into it perfectly, but the women of our nation, man, they're trash, man. They're completely trash, man. Trash. Go ahead, bro.
This is degenerate. The first definition says having lost the physical, mental, or moral qualities considered normal and desirable, showing evidence of decline.
Yeah, so moral, physical. You see the moral people have no morals. They have no standard. When you have no morals or no standard, there's you just scoot lower and lower. So when you notice me growing up, at first it was this lesbian thing. They pushed this lesbianism. It was literally cool for a woman to be a lesbian, and then it became the gay thing. Then they started pushing the gender thing. So now once you let that your guard down, to sexual or immortality, the only thing left is the sneak in these pedophiles, man. That's the only thing left is pedophilia, because you've already normalized things that aren't normal, you know. So it's a decline that's happening amongst this society that is breaking down to its lowest form. All right, these abnormal things are starting to become the normal, and the things that are supposed to be normal are the things that are supposed, this society, this world pushes to fix the things that are causing the trouble, is actually making things worse. All right, go ahead.
The second one says lacking some properties, order, or distinctness of structure previously or usually present.
Now, when you deal with us as a nation, we deal with what? We deal with order and structure. Structure is what holds people up. Order is what keeps people in line. All right. Well, when you don't have that, you don't have people in line, and you just have a mess and a decline of a nation of degenerates. And this is what you see.
It also says an immoral or corrupt person. And then on the last one, it says decline or deteriorate physically, mentally, or morally.
Now that word corruption, that word sin goes back to corruption, man. All right, it goes back to corruption, and the corruption goes into destruction, which that's what you do when you transgress the law. You sin, but the wages of sin are what? Are death. All right, the wages of sin are death. So you know the women of our nation, along with the men, because you got to be a beta male to allow your woman, to allow your son to paint his nails. Now you have the same thing with Alicia Keys. Her son is 4 years old, all right, and she's allowing, she's allowing her son to paint her nails, and the black woman is coming into defense of, all right, what Alicia Keys is doing and what this little boy wants to do, all right, in the name of freedom. And if he's gay, let him be gay, but a 4-year-old girl shouldn't be painting her nails. All right. Clearly, these kids are being overly sexualized, so it comes to a point of not of if he's a homosexual or not, but this is going into pedophilia, man. There's no reason why you should you should be sexualizing a 4-year-old. Period, whether it be a girl or a boy.
If I may mention too, it just shows you how backward people are into society today, because you have T.I. that came out and spoke about how he goes to the gynecologist with his daughter to get a check, and you know what I'm saying, and this is a man, you know, making sure that his daughter is, you know, is good. But then the same women that supports this Dwayne Wade's son and all this homosexual acts, you know what I'm saying, they're the same ones that's speaking out against T.I. You know what I'm saying? Which made them, I guess they pushed the law stating that, you know what I'm saying, that he can't do that no
Right.
more. Or
Now
men
they
can't do that.
blasted him. They blasted him for that. But these are the same women that'll say you guys need to step up in your kids' lives and be more there and things of that such, which proves that they're Satan. They're totally against us. They don't want us to be in our daughters' lives. Now, if this girl was a whore and she was a slut, she'll be famous and she'll be getting praised from this world, which proves that our people are in a decay, man, especially our women. Our women are at the worst state they could be. It's cool, it's glamorized to be a hoe, to be a slut, to be a prostitute, to use men, to drug men, to speak ignorantly, to abort your babies. All these things are glamorized and cool in a society, but to be a modest woman or to be a dad taking care of your daughter, to make sure, because a woman's virginity was protected.
That's right.
You don't even have to go to the ancient world. You could go back to when your grandmother was alive. These things were cherished. All right, these things were things that parents cared about. But to this day, Satan, the devil, doesn't want you having no control over anything that's righteous, man. Anything that's wicked, you can do. Hence, you look at YouTube for an example. Our shows, the GMS Boston channel has been taken down, because they claim it's about hate speech and violence and things of that nature. But when you look at YouTube, you look at rap, you look at you could literally look at shootings, people being shot on YouTube, project fights on YouTube, shootouts, stabbings on YouTube, or rap videos, and that's filled up with drugs and violence. But they won't take those things down, because that's how you know that what we're doing is the right thing, because they're attacking our channels, because we're speaking the truth, and we're against everything this world set up, and they're against us. But that's a beautiful thing.
Con is also going back to the scripture when it says you're going to be persecuted for righteousness' sake. That's a form of persecution, with them trying to take off all the videos that pertains righteousness, that's pushing out the truth and righteousness. You know what I'm saying? Because, like the brother said, man, you can find women on there twerking and doing all this craziness, and this is what they're pushing more and more, while they taking away. That's what the scripture says: iniquity shall abound, and love of many shall wax cold. You know what I'm saying? So, roughly paraphrasing, so it's showing you, because righteousness is not going to be found. It's going to be taken away. That's why the Lord's judging this place the same way he judged Sodom and Gomorrah. And even in that case, when you read about Sodom and Gomorrah, when Lot was leaving with his two children and his wife, guess what? The woman looked back. Because she had a piece of her was still in that city, showing you that the same mentality that Lot's wife had is the same mentality these women have today.
This is 1 John chapter 2 verse 15. Love not the world, neither the things that are in the world. If any man love the world, the love of the Father is not in him. For all that is in the world, the lust of the flesh, the lust of the eyes, and the pride of life, is not of the Father, but of the world.
And what you love in the world, there's a judgment coming to this world. All right. So for you loving this world, you being a part of this world, you know what I'm saying? Guess what? You're gonna be you're gonna be a part of that judgment as well, which is the world being burnt up.
That's right. Hey man, so quick lesson, man. Just a quick lesson on this reprobate. And it's just speaking out, sighing and crying for the abominations, man. Matter of fact, I'll get the book of Ezekiel.
I got one more as well,
Yep.
bro. All right, this is Amos 5, and start at verse 14. It says, "Seek good and not evil, that ye may live. And so the Lord Yahweh, the power of hosts, shall be with you, as ye have spoken. Hate the evil and love the good, and establish judgment in the gates."
Yep, and that's our job. That's Jake's favorite thing. Jake think, who are you to judge is gonna give them a pass to commit wickedness, as if the scriptures say, hate the evil and love the good, and establish judgment in the gate. So of course we're gonna judge. The scriptures say, surely a righteous man judgeth all things. The Heavenly Father is gonna give the ultimate judgment. All right, our job, Isaiah 58:1. All right, let me skip this real quick. Isaiah, this is the book of Isaiah. Isaiah chapter 58. Slakia. In 1, it says, "Cry out loud, spare not, lift up thy voice like a trumpet, and show my people their transgressions, and the house of Jacob their sins." being a homosexual is a transgression of the law. So that's a sin. All right, and our job is to cry out loud and to spare not nobody's feelings of how you feel, what you think. All right, so we're gonna tell you what it is, and also our job is to do what? Is to sigh and cry for all the abominations that be done in the midst thereof, man. This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 9. That's 4. Isaiah 9 and 4.
Yeah, 9 and 4. No, it's Ezekiel 9 and 4. So
All right,
while you get that, let me just finish this up. It says, start at verse 15. It says, hate the evil and love the good, and establish judgment in the gate.
Yep.
It may be that the Lord Yahweh of hosts will be gracious unto the remnant of Joseph.
Yep. Ezekiel 9 and 4 says, and the Lord said unto them, go into the midst of the city, through the midst of Jerusalem, and set a mark upon the foreheads of the men that sigh and cry for all the abominations that be done in the midst. And hopefully, you know, that we get that mark, which is ultimately going to be in the Tawab and the Lashawan Kadash, which is an exitment from judgment, because we are sighing and crying. These things bother us. All right, these things bother us. A lack of judgment in this world, it bothers us. Okay, it says, and the others he said in my hearing, go ye after them to the city and smite. Let your eyes spare not, neither have ye pity. Slay utterly old and young, both maids and little children and women, but come not near any man upon whom is the mark, and begin at my sanctuary. Then they begin at the ancient men, which were before the house.
And if I may mention too, and it says in the other, though the others talking about those that are comfortable with the state, those that the condition of unrighteousness and filthiness.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's what he said.
Right.
Slay
Right.
utterly young, old, maids,
Right.
women. He mentioned women. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? And which is one of the biggest. Because women love comfortability. You know what I'm saying? They love comfortability. Main thing they talk about is security. You know what I'm saying? They like to be comfortable. They don't like change. You know what I'm saying? So it's showing you that they're the main ones that's going to be part of that judgment when the Lord sent forth that angel to destroy everything. You know?
Because they partying up with Esau, man. Esau gave them a little comfortable little notch underneath so-called white supremacy, and they're happy with their Section 8 and their welfare and their abusement of the so-called black man. They love bashing the so-called black man. So guess what's gonna happen? Guess what the Heavenly Father's gonna do to them when all hell break loose? He's gonna bash them, and they're gonna stomp them down like the Maya in the street. All right, they're gonna have to pay for all their sins. All right, when that death angels come, that death angel call your number. Guess what? Your ass is out of here. And the thing about it is, you may not get off that easily. You may suffer. You may watch your children suffer, man.
Hey, it's beautiful that you brought that out, because I just seen a video earlier talking about 750,000 people are gonna be cut off of food stamps.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and it just brought me back to Isaiah 32 and 9. It says, rise up, ye women that are at ease. Going back to those women that are comfortable here. You know, hear my voice, ye careless daughters. Give ear unto my speech. Many days and years shall ye be troubled, ye careless women. For the vintage shall fail, the gathering shall not come.
The gathering shall not come. You being able to call 911, all right, and stopping that man from busting you upside your head. All the shit you've been talking, all right? That gathering ain't gonna come when you go to apply for your food stamps, and that help don't come. That WIC, all right, when them Section 8 payments aren't going through, okay?
They have to get their ass up and go find work. You know what I'm saying?
Go find food.
Yep, go find food. Yeah, that's right, bro. It says, verse 11, tremble ye women that are at ease, be troubled ye careless ones, strip you and make you bare, and gird sackcloth upon your loins. All right. It says, they shall lament for the teats, for the pleasant field, for the fruitful vine. Upon the land of my people shall come up thorns and briars, yeah, upon all the house of joy in the joyous city.
Yeah,
so
you know, this pleasure that you're in is going to turn to mourning real quick, and it's going to be suddenly within the twinkle of an eye.
That's it on that.
All right, so with that, we want to give all praises to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Makakadash.
Double honors to the elders and shalom to the brothers.
Shalom.
We say shalom.
Shalom.